guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's so nice to have you guys here again. If you're a new subscriber, I want to say thank you for tuning in. I am really grateful. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you for tuning in once again. This is the final part and the part 2 of how we met. And in today's video, we're just going to be talking basically about how I told my parents about him and how I took him home, how he took me home, and how he told his parents about me, and I mean all of that really. So let's get right into the video. Remember, I told my mommy about him first. It was my mom I told about him first, and then I just told my mom that okay, mom, there's this person that wants to. I mean, my plan before I had planned before them, and my plan was to go for masters. So considering my plan to go for masters and me coming home to tell my parents that another thing, oh my god, that was like one of the hard part for me, because I'm like, what will I hear from them? What do I expect them to say in this kind of situation? I mean, in a normal the way anybody would take it normally is, yes, fine, you have somebody you want to marry, but then after your masters, right? So all of this was in my head, because plan was going to change if it was to be what we both had planned, like him coming to meet me and saying, will you marry me? And I already said yes. So so that was in my head, right? And then I took him to my mom. Okay, I took my mom first, and I'm like, okay, mom, there's this guy that he said that he wants to marry me. I mean, then that said he wants to marry me and blah blah blah, all of that. She was like, okay, who is this guy? I've never told my mom, and if you know me very well, I'm very close to my mom. If I'm dating you, my mom definitely knows about it. So she has never heard about him before. So she was just like, who is the guy? When did you guys start dating? How did you guys meet each other? Where is he from? And she was just like asking all those normal questions that your parents will ask you when you tell them that, oh, this person and all of that. So she was just asking me, where does this stay? How did we meet? Am I sure that I really want to like marry this person and all of that? And she just basically asked me those questions, and I answered her. And then she was just like, no problem, that okay, if that's what I want to do, that's fine. The next thing to do is to inform my dad. And I'm like, I told her, I said, I don't want to be the first person to inform my dad about this. I want her to be the one to like inform my dad, because you know now they're husband and wife, and they know how to like,
she know how to scope out.
Yeah, how to scope each other and all of those things. So then she told my dad, and in my head I'm like, so before, my dad, what, you want to say something?
So before then, my own part before you get to your dad's. So even before she said yes, I told my parents already that I'm getting married. And that was December. You know, they were like, getting married, you are traveling January. How? Okay. How are you going to get? And you know, because me, when I say something, I just say it, and everybody will just be like, you started again, just rest for now. So I was like, I'm serious with that. This is God, and I'm following God, and I'm getting married. And they were like, is it a joke or something? So immediately, I think I called you to talk to my dad.
No, it was mom I spoke to first.
Really?
Yeah.
So I introduced her to my dad, my mom, everybody. It's still like film, you know. This was around December, because it was really fast. Trust us, it was really very fast. And our first meeting was December 8th.
Yeah.
We met December 8th.
December 8th. That was the first time we met.
When I got home, I spoke to them around December 10th. So everything was just like every day counts.
Yeah, of course.
Every day counts for us that time, because we just keep pushing. By the time she spoke with my parents,
not like we're actually pushing. I just felt like it was God just making everything go that way, because it was fast. It was
even smooth. Us is beyond us.
It was yes.
I can't even. It's now that I'm saying it, I can really know that, bro. That was really fast.
Yeah, it was fast. It
was really fast.
It was really
fast. So, you know, when I got home, everybody was just like, and I've told my friends already. And funny enough, my own parents did not ask me when did I know her. I don't know. Did your parents? They did not even ask me like, wrong.
It was my mom
question.
that had.
My question wasn't the question for me. All of them, they just and they also have the confirmation on their own parts. All this kind of this parent now they want to be like, who is this person? And trust me, when they met my wife, it was just
They felt what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, so on my own part, so my mom told my dad. And what I was expecting my dad to say was, no, it's not going to be possible, not now,
Okay.
put that aside, go for your master's, blah, blah, blah. Considering that anything about school and church, he doesn't take it as a joke, like, takes it serious. So, in my mind, I'm like, my dad is just going to say, just dead that thought. I'm not saying you should not get married, but go for master's. So that was what was in my head. But, like, God so good, the way God we have it.
Yeah.
When my mom told my dad, it was not something serious. Because after I told my mom, I was just telling my mom that okay, that I want to bring him home. That's why I'm telling her and all of that. So when my mom told my dad was like, he called me and he was like, oh, your mom said this. I was kind of.
You were scared though.
I was kind of scared that what would this man say when he called me, and he was like, my mom said this, that. I'm like, yes, this guy, blah, blah, blah. He didn't ask me so much question. He just said, okay, let him come home, right? And I told Mr. A to come home.
And before then, I went to our mom's shop.
Yeah, he met my mom before meeting my dad.
My mommy was happy to see me. It was just love
I
at
didn't know
first
that
sight.
she was happy to see you.
Guy,
You that were scared. You were asking me that, am I sure that my mom be like,
guy.
no, you were not scared, but you were
wasn't
asking me
scared.
that, am I sure that my mom likes you?
No, I was, you have to be curious normally.
Yeah, I get.
So, but when she saw me, it didn't whine. Then I was on, is it Dread?
No, you're not. I think it's something like this.
Yeah, I think something, but I think more.
Yeah, it was more than
So
this.
I was, it's my
Let me give you guys the gist.
God, I beg.
Let me give you guys the gist. Okay, so when he met my mom, that day was asking me, does your mom like me? Your mommy, this one, that one. That she's not saying
knew
that,
she liked
that
me.
she's not
I
saying
knew.
much. That am I sure that she likes him? And I'm like, yes, that she likes him and all of that. So fast forward to when he actually came to my house. When he came to meet my mom, his hair was fuller than this, like way fuller than this.
No, woman, the always.
Way fuller than this. Well, and I liked it anyways. I mean, so I didn't have issue with it. Then when he was coming to meet like my dad, because I already met my mom now, so it's not like about meeting my mom, like it's about meeting my dad and the rest of my family members. Like we met my uncle, my uncle's wife, and my siblings.
Yeah.
You've not met my siblings then too. That was the first time you met my siblings.
Yes, now everybody was at home.
Yeah.
Everybody came home for me.
Hey, rest in Jesus' name.
Everybody came around, Baba.
So actually, when he was coming to meet my other family members, this man was panicking.
I was just, there's a way you have to look, guys. There's a way you have to look, really or no, responsible. Cool. You are
So
responsible.
you're not looking responsible.
No, before it was,
Nigga,
Yoruba parents.
Nigga.
If there's a way they like your hair to be.
Actually.
So and me, I can foresee some things. I know the kind of person our dad was.
My dad is a police. What do you expect?
No, it wasn't. Apart from being a police. In fact, he never behaved like a police.
My dad wasn't behave like a police at all.
So
I liked the way he was before, honestly. Like, it was not bad. It was okay. But he insisted that he wanted to, trim it down and all of that because he wanted to appear responsible. African parents, how African parents can be, like, honestly. How my dad normally does not like people keeping their hair. Like, if you're a guy, you're keeping your hair, like, if it's so full, he doesn't like it. So, I didn't tell him that. He just wanted to, trim his hair on his own. That was just his own idea, but because I liked it, and I mean, it's not getting married to my dad, so so he had to trim down his hair. Then he came to my house, and one funny thing that happened was that when he was already coming out as a kitty girl that I am, we already wait for the jam and all of those things for our lady that was coming, and then my mom was like. My mom said we should serve the dining. Then we served we dished his food and all of that, and we're like, he should come and eat. My mom said I should call him to come and eat, and he told me that he was not eating, that after he has spoken to my parents, and that's when he's going to be able to eat. And my dad insisted that if he does not eat, then there's nothing to talk about. Not until then he stood up to go and eat. I had to follow him to the dining. He was shy. I had to follow him to the dining, and then he ate. He couldn't eat much, but he ate, and I'm sure he enjoyed.
You have to just eat too.
And
just 1 meat, don't forget. Don't eat. Hey, okay. Don't eat everything. Even that 1 meat, don't finish it.
What's happening? So like, he ate, and after he ate, we just started talking, and then they asked him some questions. And then I remember my daddy telling him that this is apple of my eyes. Like, I am the apple of his eyes. You know, now that the normal thing, but like, honestly, I'm the apple of my daddy's eyes.
It's a lie.
If you know, you know.
Joy too is apple.
No, I'm not saying every other person is.
Maybe Joy can be pineapple.
Joy is going to watch this video. I'm going to come for you. I'm not saying that both myself and my siblings are not the apple of his eyes, but like, I'm the first child. What do you expect? So it was like, I'm the apple of his eyes, blah blah blah, and all of that. That he should handle me, take care of me, handle me with care. So we met my parents. Like, you guys, we actually saw each other for the first time on the 8th of December, and then we saw my parents, like, was it the following week?
Yeah, the following week.
Was it the following week?
The following week.
I don't think it was following week, but like
maybe
the
2
distance,
weeks after.
Maybe 2 weeks after.
But every day was just counting for us, because during that time I had to travel like maybe twice in a week.
Yes, like practically
twice in a week. And funny enough, that day after I met with our dad, so I went back to my hotel. So
I'll be the one to give you the gist.
Okay.
So then he met my parents and all of that. He didn't go back home that day because I think we both went out that day after. Yeah. So like, after I met my parents and all of that, we did.
I think, when our dad was asking me, so he asked her what was the plan. So that was the day I told him that I'm traveling. Like, I'm traveling like mid-January or late January. It was like, he looked at her face like, how people didn't survive. So I told him I'm traveling, and he was like, okay, so what's the plan? I told him that, okay, I want to really get married before I go. At least if not married, like introduction and all the necessary parts. You know, it was just like, okay, when are you going again? He had to ask. So I told him.
Sure.
So I told him late January max. I was like, okay. Okay, can we talk to your dad? I think I called my dad immediately.
Yeah, right there.
Then. So I went out the following day. So we went out. I was supposed to go home that day. So my mind just told me to wait around so we can go out the following day. When I wake up the following day, I just text my wife that, can you tell your dad I want to meet your pastor? Another story. Yeah.
Do you know that when he texted me, I was like, I want to meet your pastor. In my head, I'm like,
had he been here, I know you now, I give you a dirty slap.
Why are you running fast? Where are you going to? Where are you jumping to? Like, you know when they say somebody is jumping to conclusion,
and that was
it was like that in my head.
That was the toughest time. I almost blame myself that why did I use that?
No, my pastor is cool. Stop. Let me give you guys the gist. So he texted me and he was like, he wanted to meet. He wanted to meet my pastor. When I saw the message, I want to meet your pastor. In my head, I'm like, what is this boy talking about again? Like, what are we doing again like this? You just met my parents. Let's give it time. Do you guys get it? Like, give it time and all of that. And
my dad really loved that part of me saying I want to meet up with that pastor.
No, like, let me give you the gist. Let me just be giving them, like, you are cutting it in between the gist.
Okay.
So when he texted me that he wanted to meet my pastor, in my head I'm like, oh God, can you take it easy? Because that part was kind of like for me, maybe probably because I've not processed the fact that, okay, this person actually wants to marry me. I've not like really processed it. Not like I think you were joking, but
I
like
was going more
I've not
faster.
really processed the fact that okay, you just met my parents, you want to marry me, and all of that, and then you're coming with I want to meet your pastor. You didn't go that day. You waited till the next day because you wanted us to go out the next day, right? And then he came and like first thing in the morning,
Yeah.
I want to meet your pastor. Then I was very reluctant to tell my dad that okay,
I
daddy
think
told.
I called him myself.
And yes, you were the one that informed him yourself.
I called him
I was very, very reluctant that to tell my dad that oh, daddy, Toby wants to meet my pastor and all of that. I'm like, I was like, okay, that I've heard him. My own mind, I was not going to tell my parents that I said he wants to meet my pastor yet. I was just going to see him first and then we talk, because that was when it dawned on me that okay, these things are actually happening. She gets. So he called my dad himself.
Yeah.
I don't know. After you have told me, because I already met my dad, I already have my daddy's number. You think you can be going
I
behind my
called
back?
him and he was so happy to hear that. He was not like, okay, I'm going to call you back. Let me call him. You know, if I know.
I say my
after
daddy,
some
anything
minutes.
that concerns book and church,
So
my
I
daddy
think
like
after an
you.
hour.
Told me you when you called after you called
Oh.
him. He now called me. I was at home. He was at home, so my dad was at home now. He now called me that I should come with. Toby said he wants to meet my pastor. He said yes, it's a good thing that it's good that he likes the idea that he said he wants to meet my pastor and all of that. That he looks like he's serious and all of those things. Like Sha said all those things and it was like hey that he has already called pastor. That pastor said he'll be around. My dad told me that he has already called the pastor and all of that. We had to. Thank you. we had to. I had to get ready and all of that, and I got ready. Then we went to church. He was already waiting for us in church, right? So then he met my pastor. We just all went together to meet my pastor in his office. And when he got my pastor asked me, when have I known him? Where did we meet? How did we meet? I just really narrated everything to him.
Yeah.
And after narrating everything to him, you know when you tell people that I just met this person like a few weeks or months ago, and we just only spoke for this long, and I just only met him physically for this at this particular time, and it has not been long. It will be like a kind of concern to them that and you guys want to marry already. So like I think that was more reason why my pastor really had to like drill him very, very well.
And I remember when he was like, okay, why the rush? Why the rush? Why are we getting married so early? Why can't I give it the time? So and I told him immediately that I love to be committed. That's why I'm doing everything before I go. It was like, okay, but we still need to do this, do that, principle before she can be living with you, because when she comes around, she has to be living with you, all these
just
normal
the
stuff.
normal stuff basically. So my pastor so right there and then my pastor called his dad. His dad is a pastor too, so so they just they spoke pastor to pastor. Did you get? So they just my daddy called my pastor called his dad right there, and note that yesterday, like a day before, my dad has called his dad. I mean, unaware. They were both just calling him unaware because he didn't have the chance to like tell his dad that okay, daddy, this person is going to call you or something. They just so like, my dad called his dad a day before when he met my dad. Then the next day when he met my pastor again, my pastor called his dad again. So after speaking with him and calling his dad and everything, that was right in our presence anyways. So after all that, my dad told him that he should excuse us. I think that was weird. Before then, things were already going somewhere because I was looking at him and I already knew that I was already feeling sorry because my pastor was drilling him. Like, when you are drilling, you are squeezing somebody. My pastor was really drilling him. So, that's actually the normal thing to do. Normal, so, like, I'm pleased that you actually
it's expected
did that.
Anyway because
you didn't expect it that much.
I haven't done it before.
Okay, so, actually.
But I expect, the normal redeemed member. So the normal procedure. That's why I was able to meet with our pastor because I knew this is how to go about it. Well, it's fine. I'm here today. I'm with my wife.
So like,
aww.
Like like
I love it.
so shy. My pastor told him to excuse us, and then when he excused us, my pastor spoke with me, and then it was like that, not to worry that based on the things he has asked him and based on his answer, that he actually answered well, and it seems like he's serious and all of those things. So my pastor just asked me some questions to be sure that that I'm not really under pressure and all of those things.
Yeah.
He just asked me some questions, and then after he asked me some questions, he just told me to excuse them. And then after that, meet him outside, and it was just my pastor and my prayer that was talking. I honestly don't know what they talk about. Normally, I would have asked my mom that, what did pastor tell you?
This one don't fall in love. You never asked it.
Oh no, I didn't remember to ask them. I
worry.
didn't remember to ask my mom what happened, because I'm like, well, nothing was to happen, Jerry. So it was like, do you remember my pastor really did him that. Even my dad knew that. After I came outside, I told him that I should not worry, that this was what my pastor said after he left. Then he actually lifted his mood a bit. Then when my daddy actually came out too, when we go back to the car, my dad told him that Toby, ma worry, pastor,
me and dad literally.
You guys actually click.
Yeah, we just click.
Really clean. And that was basically it about seeing my pastor. And then the next was meeting his parents. So I went down to Lagos to meet his parents. And do you want to talk about that?
No, nothing. Yeah,
there's really nothing to talk about, honestly.
You guys just
it was just really easy. I mean, I look like my mother-in-law. I look so much like her. Like both of us look alike. I met his parents. I ate pounded yam and confirm a 4-year-old
with 2 minutes.
Rest.
I only ate one. You can see.
Let me tell you guys what happened. You know that thing whereby, I don't know if it's the Yoruba people or African thing, whereby you go and visit in this kind of scenario, right? You go and visit someone, and then in your head you're like,
you just have to be moderate.
I don't know if moderate. In your head I'm like,
they can give you 6 meats. You can eat up to 3.
But if they give you 6 meats, you're supposed to check yourself with that. These people are they not trying to tell
you? The day I came to your house, you guys gave me fish. You gave me meat. You gave me pomo. Do you want now? Still, I was able to restrict that urge of eating
more than one.
Just one.
Me, when I got there, I ate 1 meat because I was like, Kotsi demand. I don't know if it's Kotsi that actually demands that we actually eat 1 meat, but I don't know what it is. But bring, like, growing up, those are the things that
they don't need to tell you.
They don't need to tell you.
You know the way our mother look at us that
and give you eyes like.
I just wish I was shooting.
So like it was like I was giving myself eyes. I just ate 1 meat, and mommy came and like, let me say it the way she said it. That is, we don't fight with meat, we don't play with meat, we eat meat a lot. That was what my mother-in-law said. She was like, I should eat meat though. So after she said that, I should eat 1 more meat, I should not be like, but normally left to me, I can eat everything. but no, not in that situation. Like that was my first time, But like if I go now, I eat everything.
She really want to serve herself. So
anyway, actually, so that was just it. And then
it all.
And then I remember, I remember that daddy asked me a question, and daddy was like, he said it in Yoruba, so like I can't really put it exactly the way he said it. That Shemowa, you know what this was? The Showa Fewani Abowa. Like, like, did I come to? Am I coming to stay, or I'm coming? Or I'm coming for a short period of time, and then I'm like, you are joking, meeting David Mofe. So like, today be married or that thing. So I just told you that I know that I've come fully with my full chest. I've come to marry. Really nice. It's been wonderful. It's been an amazing journey. I mean, it's not easy, you know.
When did I propose?
It's been an amazing journey. And then to the proposal.
Is it your birthday?
It did for my birthday. He asked me, he was like, how do you want he started asking me after that. I gave him that. How do I like my proposal? How do I want this? How do I do that? Then we started exchanging different things about different views and our interests about proposal, marriage, and everything like that. So he asked me, let me tell you something. And the thing is, you the people that used to shout, say yes when they're proposing to somebody else. It's your business. Yeah, she don't want to. Do you know if she want to say yes or she don't want to say yes?
Yes, you said.
No, but like honestly, left to me, I just don't like it. Somebody screaming say yes in my ears. But like, just keep quiet. Let her process the will you marry me or will you be my wife or whatever.
Yeah.
And don't just. I mean, it's their moment. Let them have their moment and all of that. And he asked me, what do I want my proposal to look like? Straight, I told him I don't want to have any friends or family, because left to him, we'll have actually called the old people on my end, like called the old everybody on my end. But
so
like,
you have to make it a solo one.
you're very solo. Like, I wanted it to be as private as anything. Like, I just want it to be you and I. Nobody else. Like that was how I wanted it. Yeah. And then he did just that. Yeah, he did just that because I don't want anybody screaming say yes in my ears. Please don't tell me to say yes.
So not even in the house.
Yes. So. Yeah, not even in the not in the house actually. It was like a date kind of thing, but like it was just me and him that way.
So I just told him I told her that can we go for a business? Trust me.
So Sham, then he proposed and it was an intimate one. That was what I was going for because I don't like, I usually have anxiety. You guys, I even had anxiety after the proposal. I didn't want to post anything at all. So my friend that was gingering me, that was giving me the ginger, that is a one time thing and all of that. So I had to just post. I initially didn't want to post anything. Really not that extra person. I can be extra, but the things that can be extra on
probably
is different.
The only thing you can be extra on is
I can be extra in every other, like in a lot of things, but like things are actually reasonable. Do you get me? But like in things like ceremony, blah blah blah, I don't like to be extra honest because I get anxiety easily. Even after the proposal, after I posted, I got anxiety. Like I couldn't touch my phone at some point. He was not telling me that what is my problem? Pick up your phone and reply this. I'm just happy for you, right? I had mad anxiety. So I mean, for something that is that intimate and small, I had anxiety. Imagine if it was now big and people were shouting say yes. By there and then the anxiety will have started. Do you get me? So yeah.
She was even shaking that day. Even though she had said yes before.
Even though I said yes. Funny enough, I wasn't sure that day. I had a clue that he was going to propose because the story he gave me was not.
Yeah,
he took me out to go and make my nails. He was he wanted to get me a dress at all costs.
We tried.
We went everywhere. But Ikorodu is going to be Ikorodu anyway, so we didn't.
But they still give you the best man.
So we didn't get what I would like or what he would like to. So we basically just went for what I had. And that was it. And the proposal was on the 10th of January. And then we did our mini introduction engagements on 21st of January, and then on the 25th we went to Court, and that was pretty much it. And then he traveled on like a week after.
On the 30th.
Imagine. It's not even up to a week. He traveled like 5 days after and left me.
That was it, and for us.
Yeah, that's it about our love story, and we have come to the end of.
Thanks to you guys.
So thank you guys for watching and staying to this point.
Subscribe. Don't just view. You with
us in our last video.
It was amazing.
And we beg you guys to show us more love in this video.
Please.
As you guys really blew my mind, and I'm so happy for the engagement. It's been nice. And thank you so much for watching up to this extent, and thank you for listening to our love story. Thank you for all the prayers and comments and all of those. I'll see you in my next video.